Welcome to another new episode of the Get Organised with Decluttr Me podcast with myself, Shelina. I hope you're well wherever you are in the world. I'm so happy you're here to join me as part of your decluttering and organising journey. So whether you're brand new or been listening for ages, I wanted to say a big thank you for being here. It does mean so much to me that you listen every week and support this podcast and allow me to talk all things decluttering and organising, which I am just slightly obsessed with. I'd love to help more people with their quest for a clutter-free and organised home. And my podcast is hopefully a fantastic way for you people to be inspired to take action. I have a favour to ask. If you like what you hear, can you press the follow, subscribe, or like button on your podcast player? And also share this with your friends and family. And if you want, leave your thoughts on the podcast as well. You can leave a review or leave a comment. That would be amazing. Thank you so much. This week, I am talking about all things travel. Now, I've chatted about getting organised when traveling, focusing on areas such as your hand luggage, your holiday packing, organising items to take with you, and providing checklists. And I'll link those podcasts and blogs on the episode in the show notes for you. But this week, I wanted to focus on creating a travel area in your home so that you create the habit to get you prepared for your holiday. Now, you might be thinking, what is a travel area? Now, it can be anything. It can be a shelf, it can be a drawer, it can be a suitcase. It's just really useful to have everything there. Now, some of you might have already taken your holiday or currently going through it and going on it and listening to me, which is amazing if you are. But this is going to help you forever with your traveling. So it doesn't matter what time of the year you're listening to this podcast, even though it is summer right now. So as I said, like the travel drawer or travel area can be anywhere, anything. And it's somewhere where you store all the essentials you need for your holiday. So I have a drawer with items that I use for sometimes for my holidays, but I also have a bag which I use all the time as my hand luggage, which has the key things that I use all the time for my holiday. So that's my travel area, this hand luggage bag, and also the drawer. So I was fortunate to travel a lot in the last year, and I got my travel area refined to make it very quick for me to get packed for the trips. So I wanted to share all of that with you today so that you can use those tips to help you create your travel area. So first of all, I want you to create a list of the key items you will always need for your trips, whether it's for holiday or for business. You can have two separate lists or you can have one big one, whichever way makes it good for you and fulfills all the requirements for your trip. I use TickTick to create my list, but you can also use Evernote, Notes app, or even a paper list, whatever is easier for you to access. If I'm going on a business trip, I list the clothes that I'll need with me, including tops, jeans, lounge items, because I like to wear lounge items in the hotel room. Like I don't like to wear pajamas or the clothes I've been wearing outside. Nightwear, usually one dress, and of course underwear. With holidays, the list will include the types of clothes, including dresses, tops, jeans, etc. And I tend to, put that on the list, but I also make a pile of the clothes that I'm going to take with me. I usually have one area in my bedroom, which is where I start piling the clothes that I'm going to take on my holiday. And then I start taking things out of that pile or adding to that pile. And then eventually I will pack it. That's the way I pack. I'm not a last minute packer, so I have to think about these things like a week before. We're all very different when we pack. So your list may be very exacting on the number of items you're going to take with you with regards to clothes, or it might be like mine where it's like clothes and then your pile of clothes is somewhere else. And if you're one of those people who can create a capsule wardrobe with versatile pieces that can be mixed and matched, first of all, I admire you. And second of all, that is the ideal. But not everyone can do that, with traveling. I now have discovered that if I take a lot of dresses with me, which can be worn day and night, that is ideal for me for my holidays. But also check as well what the weather and the activities are going to be at your destination so you know what to pack accordingly and you can amend your list based on what you're going to do on this holiday. I also list any extra toiletries, medicine and makeup I've added, not added to the bags, which I will need. So I have perimenopause medicine now, and that medicine I'm using continuously. So I have to put it into my toiletries bag the morning I'm leaving or the afternoon or whatever time. And the same with my toothbrush. I have an electric toothbrush. I have the holder, but I use toothbrush all the time. So that is something that I must put it into my suitcase. So it's on my list to remind me. There are many other things you can add to the list. The things like chargers. So I add in like my phone charger and my computer charger is on that list because that's something I'll have to take at the last minute. Actually, not with the phone charger because I have that in the phone charger bag. But for the computer charger, I don't have an extra one like I used to. So I must put that into my luggage as well. So anything that you must put into your luggage, whether it's your hand luggage or your suitcase, can be added into that list. Next, you need to create an area for your travel items and your accessories. So as I said, I have a big drawer set aside to store a lot of the items I use, including packing cubes, shoe bags, umbrellas, and scales. They can also be stored in a bag or a suitcase, which you use regularly when traveling. So with a lot of my clients, I put the packing cubes into one of their main suitcases that they use all the time. So it's easy for them to open the suitcase, grab the packing cubes, and start packing into those packing cubes. Have a designated space which will make it easy for you to grab the items when you need them. With my toiletries and makeup bag, I have them always filled with travel size items. Every quarter, I check the items to make sure nothing has expired or run out, and I restock with the items whilst I'm reviewing them or make a list of the items that I need to restock to my shopping list. So either I'll buy it here, or if I know that I'm going somewhere like Europe where it's much cheaper and they have better choice, I will put it onto my travel shopping list and make sure that I buy the stuff there. And so usually with stuff that I need to top up with the toiletries, I'll go on the first day and go to, say, a pharmacy and buy all the little things that I need to buy. If you don't have travel sizes of the items, you can get empty containers from various stores, including Daiso or other Japanese, Chinese knick-knack stores, Amazon or drugstores. You then fill them up with your favorite items into these containers. I have made a list of ones you can get on my Amazon store, and you can see them in the show notes as well. Now, using the empty containers and filling them up is a great idea, and I wish I could be that kind of person, but I'm not. Like, I can't be bothered to fill up stuff. And yeah, I can't. But if you have specific things that you love and you can't get a travel size, use these small containers. It is a great idea. It's just, I can't be asked. I shouldn't say can't be asked, really, should I? I can't be bothered. No, I can't be asked. I really can't. All right, next, let's talk about the medicine. So for the medicine, I use a pill container for the essential pills, including Panadol, antihistamine, anti-sickness tablets, which I need for my flight, because I discovered over the years that me fainting or being sick on the flight after we go over, say, Turkey, it's not just because there's something wrong with me. It's altitude. It's altitude sickness, because they feed you and then you suddenly go from this level to this level really quickly after you've eaten. It's enough to make anyone sick. It makes a lot of people sick, but they don't know it's because of altitude sickness. I have discovered that from pilot friends. So now I have anti-sickness tablets before I get on the flight, and that has been the best thing ever. And plus, it's great having the sickness tablets, because if you suddenly go on a ferry, say to Capri, and the sea is really rough, you need to have a sickness tablet as well. So I put a lot of the essential medicines that we're going to use a lot during the holiday in this pill container. I also have another pill container for the vitamins and minerals I have all the time. So there's a lot of them now that you have to have when you're in perimenopause or just in daily life. So they're all in that separate container. And then anything that can't fit in those containers, I have a little pouch just for the medicine. So that's for the mosquito spray, my specialist medicine for perimenopause, or anything else that we might need for those trips, specifically like malaria tablets or something. Now, travel documents are crucial and they deserve a special place in your travel area. Use a document organizer or a dedicated travel wallet to keep your passport, boarding passes, reservation confirmations, and any other important documents together. Now, a lot of the times you don't have to print out like the boarding passes and the travel documents nowadays. So if you don't, just leave it on the app or leave it on the email where you can easily find them on your phone. But if you do have to print them, put them into a special case so you can easily grab it and put it into your luggage when you're traveling. With the documents, if you do save it online, make sure that you can access them even if you don't have Wi-Fi or data, because that's a big problem when you go to airports and their Wi-Fi doesn't work. I've gone to a few airports where that happens, and luckily I have data usually already set up. But yeah, just make sure that you can access it offline. Also, if you do have like your passports and important documents, please put them in a safe when you're not traveling. A lot of clients don't have safes, and it's a scary thing that they just leave everything lying around. And I mean, we're blasé here that, it's a low crime rate, nobody steals. People do. If you leave things lying around, people will steal it. So if you can, please get a safe and put the stuff in there safely. And you can have like a travel wallet where you put all the stuff which you can easily grab out. And also put it on your list. So put it on your checklist, which is what I do. So my passport is on the checklist to remind me millions of times that I need to put the passport in my handbag. And also in the safe, you can put your jewelry while you're on holiday so it doesn't get stolen. You know what I mean? Anyway, next, let's talk about the techie stuff. So we're going to talk about the chargers, the gadgets and everything. So you can get now special bags or containers that are also listed on the Amazon shop that I have. And they're great because they store the cables properly, they store the plugs, they store everything. So this techie bag should include your adapters, your charging wires, and any other electronics you need while you're on holiday. So your travel toothbrush, charger should be in there as well. I don't need that normally because once you charged it lasts for like a month. But some people do, especially if there are lots of people using the same toothbrush but changing their heads. I can't do that. But if you do, then bring a charger with you. Also, I carry a portable charger as my phone likes dying at me on stupid times. It's an iPhone, so you know what happens. It comes to the end of the year and it starts dying because they want you to buy a new one. So I carry a portable charger with me. I've now got a really slim, light one, which I put in my tech pouch. When you're flying with someone like Emirates, they have plugs to charge your phones and your devices. So I carry an extra charger and a plug to take with me in my hand luggage all the time. And then I have an extra set in my suitcase as well. So I make sure that the phone is fully juiced up by the time we land so that it's fine until we get to the hotel. And, I don't have any worries for the rest of the day while I am traveling. Also, I put in my pouch the portable weight scales. So they're so essential nowadays, to make sure that you haven't gone overweight, especially if you're on a low-cost airline like Fly Dubai, EasyJet or Ryanair. We used to say Ryanair was worse, but EasyJet, my God, it's painful at Gatwick. But yeah, and even if you don't and you're like, on Emirates and you got a lot of allowance, still can go over when you go shopping. So it's great to have the portable weight scales to know what weight it is. And then, minus 2 kilos, add 2 kilos on that because the scales at the airport are always wrong and always tell you you're heavier than you actually are. So bear that in mind. In the bag that I use for my hand luggage, I always keep my Bluetooth headphones as I need them for the flights. So they're always charged up and the charger is with it as well, just in case I forgot to charge it. So I have the charger with me to charge it on the plane as well. Also in the hand luggage, I'll keep a clear plastic bag for the security, because they're always changing the rules. Like the rules are changed and they'd removed the whole liquid limit thing in the UK. And then when I was flying recently, they brought it back again. Also, they're making everybody take off their shoes, which was another irritating thing, but let's not discuss that. It's just gross. So yeah, I always had that clear plastic bag just in case. I don't carry much liquids with me on my hand luggage just because of the pain of dealing with it. I mean, I have a laptop. I'm brown, so you always have to take off everything as well. You have to take off your belt. So to have to then deal with also liquids, the amount of, if you can reduce as much stuff as possible, you have to take out for security checks, the better. So I don't carry much liquid. So I don't carry lip gloss and stuff like that or perfume or anything in my hand luggage. I will carry water and have a slimline water bottle, which I take with me everywhere when I'm traveling. And in Dubai, they don't care. They're fine. They're like, yeah, you can carry water. And even in Saudi, they did not care at all. But of course, in Europe, they're painful. So, you just have to bear that in mind and empty your bottles and make sure that they can see it's empty. And also in my hand luggage, I always take with me things like plasters, pen for the visa, tissues, and wet wipes. Wet wipes are really essential because they don't clean in the plane properly. And there's many a time I've been the table that we use is just disgusting and dirty. So I always carry wet wipes now with me religiously. So that's always in my hand luggage. So my travel area, including the hand luggage, has these essentials in there. And that also will have the pill case with the essential medicine with my anti-sickness tablets, because I can't be without those tablets when I'm flying. So now we've talked about the travel area, we've talked about your hand luggage. Let's get you also organized for your luggage. I've had a Samsonite luggage for over 10 years and they're amazing. And, you know, even when they once got hit on the corner, I went to Samsonite because the airline and the airport would not admit liability for the damage to the suitcase. So I went to Samsonite and they fixed it for free, even though it was over the 10-year warranty. It was amazing. They did it in a day. I was really, really, really happy. So I am a big fan of Samsonite, but so are lots of other people. And they have the same color suitcase. I mean, once I did pick up a girl's suitcase, which was the same color purple as mine. And then I realized that I hadn't actually taken any check-in luggage. I only had hand luggage. So I really wasn't thinking. So because a lot of people have similar suitcases, especially, you know, the ones from Primark, you see them a lot on, you know, these, your travels, Samsonite, Rimonova or whatever that one, the really expensive ones, loads of people have them. So you have to distinguish it. So what I would suggest you do when you're prepping for travel is to make sure that there's distinctive. So I have on each of my suitcases, including my hand luggage, I have a card, you know, what do they call them? Bag tags. I have a bag tag and it's very distinctive. And so I have a different one for each suitcase, even though they're all different sizes. So I don't know why I do that. But yeah, so they're all 3 different bag tags. Plus I have, because I fly so much on Emirates, I have a bag tag from them with my surname. They don't give those bag tags out anymore. So not many people have them nowadays. So they're great. So I have these 2 tags. So I know my suitcase with 2 tags on them is a great indicator that it's mine. And generally, you know, I remember that. Other people obviously won't know that and they might pick up my suitcase, but I can always go, oi, get off. That's mine. It's got my stuff. But you can do things like put ribbon on it. You can put stickers. I don't like stickers personally because if they start peeling off and stuff, it irritates me. I don't even like it when they put the code things. I take them off as soon as I get home as well. So, but everybody has their own, you know, some people love putting old school travel luggage stickers on their suitcases. So if you like doing that, you can do that, or, you know, put a ribbon on your, on the handle so you can easily see it's your suitcase when you're traveling. Finally, I want you to always plan for the unexpected. So keep a small bag always in your travel drawer or in your luggage, packed with emergency items such as a first aid kit, a spare set of clothes, and some snacks. This can be a lifesaver if your luggage does get lost or if you encounter any travel delays. So I always keep a pair of underwear and you know, a bra and some socks. There's always like travel socks in there. So it might not be the best thing ever, but, you know, and a t-shirt, which it's had better days, but it'll be fine because it's just in case of emergency kind of thing. So have that with you. So there you have it. By following these tips, you can create an organized travel area that makes packing and preparing for trips a breeze. Remember, the key is to keep things simple and consistent. With a little bit of planning and the right tools, you can take the stress out of travel and focus on enjoying your holiday. Thanks as always for listening to this episode. If you loved what you heard, please share it with your friends and family and anyone you know who could use help with decluttering and organizing currently. Take care, and I hope you're having a lovely holiday if you're having one right now or going on one, and I'll speak to you next week. Take care. Bye.